Hi guys, it's me. So I thought today we would do some watercolor swatches, kind of doodles. I really love making swatches of colors and doing color mixing with my watercolors. This is just a cheap Dixon set of watercolors. They're really great, but the colors work fine and I like to use them. They're very affordable. You can get like an 8-pack for under $10 with 8 colors. This is how it looks. And the colors aren't that bad. I mean, they're pretty pigmented, I think, for the price. So that's why I'm using these. I will link them below if you're interested in getting some. And all we're going to do is just do some basic color mixing and swatching. This is a Master Touch round. I think it's a 24 round. I'm going to use a nice big brush because that helps me to kind of not overthink it. I just loaded it with water, and now I'm going to mix up some colors. I just have a white ceramic plate here. So we're going to add some red in here, and this red got a little bit of purple in it, which is fine, gives it a nice rich color. And then I'm going to add some yellow, some orange in too. It's going to be more of an orangish red, but I just want to add a few colors in. And let's do some yellow, or a yellow red orangish color. That's fine. And I'm just going to kind of play around with these colors. I'll vary them a little bit too as we go along. But just to have a few kind of out there. We can kind of reactivate some of the colors that are already on here too. That's a really pretty like yellow ochre color. Okay, and I don't care if they run into each other. It's kind of fun. I'm working on Bristol paper. It's the Canon XL Bristol paper. I don't have any hot press watercolor paper. I've been scanning a lot of my watercolors into the computer, and they're cold press watercolor paper, so you get to see a lot of the texture. So I've tried Bristol paper. It works really, really well. You know, I'm just having fun. I'm just doodling it. I just taped it down a little bit, and let's get going. So I just use masking tape to tape down the edges a little bit. Okay. But you're just going to load your brush with water, right? And we're just going to make swatches. So nothing crazy, basically just lines back and forth. Okay, you probably want some paper towel or whatever you use to kind of blot your brush off a little bit. And you know, this, like, I wouldn't recommend that you like spray it down or anything like that, because it is Bristol paper. It's not really designed for watercolors, but you can do light watercolor washes on it. It's fine. Just like that. Doesn't have to be even or anything like that. We're just kind of having fun and experimenting. I'm going to go into that beautiful yellow color that I made. And isn't that a beautiful coral color? That's kind of why I like doing this, just because you'll be amazed at just how many beautiful colors you can get just by mixing yourself. I think it makes you much more confident in your watercoloring. And I like to vary them a little bit if you want it to be a little bit lighter, because I do like the variation of lightness. Then I can put a lot of brush on my water, use just a little bit of color, and I can swatch it, and it'll give me a nice white, kind of rosy color. And you saw here that I got my finger in there. It's good to kind of work down the paper instead of do what I just did, but that's okay. Then we can go into, let's just use straight yellow and see how that turns out. So the pigments are nice. I mean, it's fine. You could do this with circles. I'm just doing like blotches of color, but feel free to kind of do your thing. You can do it however you like. I'm going to do kind of like a lighter reddish color. Maybe we'll add a little bit of red and some yellow on there. Sometimes I like to mix it red on the palette too. Just like that. Alrighty, let's see. So I just try to make different varieties of colors. So maybe I'll make like a really orangish red color. So I'll add a bunch of orange and a little bit of red. Maybe let's add a little bit of blue too. Should kind of deepen things up a bit. Oh, that gave me a really pretty purpley color. Wish you could see my palette. Sorry, I'm not that high tech yet. I don't think I'm going to use the purple. It's a really pretty purple though, but better not do that. I'm trying to stay within the color family. Let's kind of move this over a bit. Oops. Okay, let's see what we can come up with here. Let's add some yellow. Kind of a tainted yellow, which is fine. We'll kind of go in, and it's not a very pure color. But that's okay. It's a little bit muddy, but that's fine. We'll go into our orange. Let's add a little bit of orange to this mostly yellow color. See what we get there. So I'm just subtly making different variations of my warm colors, right? So that's all we're doing here. And it's great because we're going to doodle in it afterwards and kind of see how it goes. But it's just fun. It's just a fun little practice to do. I'm going to add in a little bit of that yellow and let's see what we get with that. Different variety of that. Maybe let's go into that yellowish color and see what it would look like if we, ooh, that's pretty, I like that. Very nice. So I'm just moving my brush back and forth, nothing crazy. You see the puddles, they're going to dry and it'll just give kind of a variation of pigment, and that's okay with me. I really like that. I think it's pretty. You could do this with a water brush. I just like to practice with real brushes sometimes, and these are really great. You can get them in a pack at Hobby Lobby. And I love them. I think they're a really nice brush. So maybe let's do a pure kind of yellowish color. And my swatches are not going to be straight because they never are. So I've accepted that. But, you know, if that bothers you, you could line it up or something like that. Let's do kind of a lighter yellow here. So we're just going to keep swatching. That's it. Let's add a little bit of, we got this really pretty like rose color with red, but I think I added a little bit of purple. Just a little. And kind of just spread that out and then get most of the purple off. And then I'm just going to grab it and add it and see if I can't get really pretty deep violet purple kind of color. Oh, I like that. Very pretty. Very, very pretty. And I try to fill it up with different colors. Like I'm going to try to fill this whole thing up with just different colors. Then add a little bit of water and we can put that maybe down here. So that'll be a little bit lighter of a shade. And I'm going to wait to do this one. I fill it mostly up and then I can just come back down. Okay, I don't have a lot of red. So let's see if we can get some red variation here. Oops, wrong one. Wrong dip into the wrong one. Let's see what kind of red that is. Ooh, I got really close to that other one, but that's okay. It'll be okay. Alrighty, let's see what else we can come up with. Let's do kind of a yellowish color. see what this looks like. It's an interesting yellow. Okay, let's see what else we can come up with here. Really like that purplish color. Let's do that one. So you can see there's a little bit of variation of color. Hopefully you can see it. I can see it. It's probably hard for you guys to tell, but I just want to show you that you don't have to have just huge palette of colors or even that expensive paints. I mean, it's great. I wish I had more expensive watercolor paints, but I don't. So use what you have and don't let that be an excuse for you not to create things that make you happy. You know, and I love watercolors. I love playing with them. Definitely not a master watercolorist, but I love it. I think it's such a fun and interesting medium to use that I love using it. So I'm not gonna, you know, make up the excuse that I can't do it because I don't have, you know, the best supplies in the world. I'm just gonna keep working and, you know, hopefully one day I will be able to have a really nice set of watercolors, but I'm gonna use what I have. Very good. Yeah, let's maybe go here with the yellow. I always get my yellows horribly dirty. Poor yellow. It's like, hello, lady. That's very close to that one over there. So I'm going to add in just a little bit of red to it and see if that will do something else to it. Okay. The last color that I'm going to make is kind of, I'm going to see if I can make like a really pretty kind of subtle coral color. Just kind of mix things together and see if I can get something that I like. Does not have to be perfect. Actually, I do like that color. It's kind of a coral. Very good. So that's great. So I would just set this to dry, right? And then I'm just going to set it aside. And then just let it dry naturally. And then you can start doodling. So I have some here. I'm just going to do a few so you can see, but I really like making these kind of swatch sheets, and then I can doodle in them, and they're really fun. So you can get like a white pen, right? I just want to make sure this works. And then you can get some like variations of different pens that you want to try. So you could do like a Sharpie, or I really love these beautiful Faber-Castell Pitt pens. I always, you know, get them on sale, of course. You guys know me very well. And then this is La Pen, which I love. That was one of the first permanent black pens that I bought. You can use the Sakura Micron pens. Pens work really well too. Just anything basically. You could even use, I just have a pack of these Moonlight Sakura Jelly Roll pens that I got, so maybe we'll use those. And I am just going to start doodling. I will do, how about I do an entire row and you can kind of see how it works. Any sort of gel pens, I like black, I like just everything, right? And maybe the first one we'll do is I just do doodles that I feel comfortable with. So I like to do dashes. This is great for practicing your mark making. Plus you get to experiment a little bit with your different kinds of pens. And I will scan this into my computer and use it for collage paper. So there's a ton that you can do with this kind of thing. And it's Bristol paper, so it's very, very even. So like maybe that's one that I would do. Right? Maybe for this one I do like I'm trying to do ones that won't take that long on camera. But yeah, I do get really detailed when I have time. So we can just do like little round circles. I love to do this in my journal too. I want to give away, so I was gifted a Jane Davenport watercolor journal, and it's really pretty, or her journal. It has very nice paper in it, and it's great for this kind of thing. Watercolor doodles, so I have pages of them in my journal. I just love it. It's just relaxing when I'm not feeling so creative, or if I have a ton to do, like as far as business, then it just helps me to kind of doodle. Can fill one up with that. We can just do like with our white pen. I don't know how well this is going to work, but we're going to try. We can just do like white pens and me do not get along like that. It just isn't going to work. Okay, let's see here. Let's see. I wrote on the black, but it doesn't want to write on the watercolor. Oh, they're so finicky. I love and hate relationship with white pens. I'm going to use a paint pen. Very good. So I'm just going to make like triangle shapes. And I do like to use different thicknesses of pens. I think it just gives it more interest. And it just helps your hand to get comfortable with making a variation of marks. And this is a Deco Arts paint pen. So I will link that below, but you can use any type of white paint pen, will work fine. And don't overthink it. Let's just have fun and fill up our little swatches, right? I think it's fun. Okay. Just like that. And we can do just dots. Maybe in this one, just white dots. Very random. And I do make myself not do the same doodles. So for all of these, I'm going to try to do a different doodle for all of them. So just pushes you, or doodles, or marks, or whatever you want to call it. Making art marks. Whatever you want. Just kind of push yourself not to do the same thing, right? Let's see, and these are kind of neonish, so I don't really like to use neons because it might not show up that well, but we're gonna attempt to do them. So let's maybe do like, I've not used these. Yeah, let's make like some squares. And I don't know how well they'll work. But I hear that they get, you can see them more. They kind of rise up to the surface. And these were like $2 on clearance at Hobby Lobby. So I'm glad I got to use them. Very cool. Let's have fun. Let's make it neon crazy, right? So let's go in with like a green one. Just kind of fill that up too. And let's do some of them filled and some not. How about that? So fill that in. Just because I like the way that looks. No rhyme or reason, right? I'm just having fun here. Then I'll do these filled. Ooh, that pink is gorgeous. Oh my gosh, that's so pretty. I will link these below too. Wow, that is just a beautiful, vibrant color. Oh, I love this. Very pretty. Very, very pretty. Just like that. Alrighty. Just keep going. I think we're at 20 minutes here, guys. So I have 2 more to go. So I'll make those a little bit simpler. This is a different kind of pink, it claims. So maybe this one we'll just do like, we won't do any solids with this one. Just kind of add. This one will fill totally in, hopefully, with marks. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing. I think you can. So it's a really fun exercise, and especially I love doing this with kids because they like have no, you know, they're like, let's go for it. You know, they're not worried about how it looks or anything like that. They just want to have fun and they just want to create. So I think there's a lot of things that we can learn from children, but making art the way that they do is definitely one of them. Very good. That's kind of cool. Okay, so for this one, I'll try to make this a little bit quicker. You guys have already been watching me for 30 minutes, right? Let's see, this is a medium one, so it's a little bit thicker. So for that one, let's do maybe some, I love to do swirlies. I really do. And they're tight. They're not perfect, and I don't want them to be. Right, and I could go in and even outline the white triangles. So, I mean, this is just a really fun practice. And I do have this available as a download. So if you're interested in getting it, you can message me or email me. And yeah, you can get one. So for this one, let's maybe do, what should I do for that one? I don't think I want to use that for that. Well, maybe we'll just do, oops. Let's do a line. Do lines like that. The line's right, but they need a doodle. So we're going to add some white dots very simply. This is not very opaque sometimes, and you really need to let it dry, but I'm not doing that. So maybe we'll just, oops, it's gonna got a little bit of that on the pan. There we go. So kind of interesting. So you can just build them up however you want. I think it's a really fun project. So I hope you give it a try, and I hope that you make these with your kids. It's kind of fun. It's mindless, but I just like having these swatch pages done. And I can have fun and just, you know, while I'm doing something or waiting for a video to edit to be uploaded, or if I'm editing a video and I have to save it, you know, that process can take a while. So it's nice to have these little pages that you can do this with. So I'll see you guys later. Have a wonderful week, and I will see you on Thursday. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Please like and subscribe and share this video with your friends, and I will see you later. Make sure you check out the links below to see all the products that I use, and I'll see you guys later. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.